The admirers. Look at her now, in the picture, in her garden, framed by honeysuckled walls and spreading trees. Inside the frame the spilling flowers and darting fish pond. And there she is, in the middle, the lady, surrounded by her pets. 10 cats, isn't it? She's sitting on the grass with some flowers she's been picking, massed into a basket. Little flowers and plants, or perhaps they're herbs. The cats are all around her on the grass, some on her lap and one on her shoulder. They lick her hand and rub against her, and she pets them all. Anyone would think she had no other admirers. In fact, she has always had endless gentlemen callers, admittedly never the same one for long. Mr. Black, somebody Coleman, Alexander. They come and they go, but what does it matter? They're all such fine fellows, all such elegant and suitable suitors. And why shouldn't she have so many admirers, she of the smooth and slinky beauty? Men, she tells her friends, they always go. She looks up now, her little heart-shaped face alert beneath her cap of shiny black hair, and her slant eyes moving towards the house as she hears the doorbell. The cats jump away, meowing in protest, as she pads indoors on the soft shiny white ballet pumps she always wears. She walks in leisurely, as though she expects her caller to wait, and opens the door to a man. Kim. Or is it Kurt? Come in, says Katrina, smiling, and opening the door just enough for him to get through. She allows a small embrace, and then motions him to sit on the low-cushioned chair, curling herself up on the floor in front of him. She folds her legs in their clingy black satin, and the others come in from the garden and sit either side of her, facing him. She smiles across at the man. She likes him. She feeds him weak tea, and then he says he will take her out to eat. He orders steak, which is his favourite, and wine, but she will take only the fish course. Animals, she yawns, licking her fingers. I love animals too much. But fish, he laughs, and she explains how that is different. Fish are not cooped up like most animals bred for man, and of all, are surely the most free range. It's more natural. She smiles a bewitching smile, stirring her ice cream to soft milk. She likes his brown hair and curly beard with its auburn highlights. And the next week? Come in. She smiles a broader smile and opens the door wider. Wearing a cool grey siren suit, she enfolds her man in her arms, and the cats encircle them. He kisses her. Stroke my hair instead, she says, and he strokes it. What shall we eat? He asks, shall we go out for something? She chooses fish and chips, and throws her chips for the birds. You shouldn't do that, he says. You shouldn't encourage the birds. Your cats will get them. Well, why not? One cat nuzzles her feet, and she picks it up. Why, it's only natural. You would. Now it is the next time, and she waits for him, preparing for her admirer. The cats watch her from the silken eiderdown and the curly rug. Just one sits on her lap, and another on the dressing table, sharing the mirror with her. She talks to them about her caller in a soft, contented murmur, while she files and files again her long red nails. Then she laughs, pushing the cats off playfully, and springs up to look in the full-length mirror, running her hands all over her silky outline. Today she's wearing all-in-one white playsuit with a zip up to her only ornament, a little black necklace of a ribbon. The cats leap to attention from all directions and line up beside her in silent adoration. Then he arrives and tells her how beautiful she is and how much loved. He covers her with kisses and says he is gasping. Gasping for what? She brings him tea with ice-cold milk. It's so hot, she says. He's tired on this hot day and wants to lie down. He wants to take her with him and lie down on her big soft bed. She pushes all the cats out, and they mew outside the door while he throws himself upon her greedily. "Stroke my back first." She rolls over. She wriggles and writhes. "Oh, stroke me all over." After this they're warm together, and he visits every day. They sit outside with low bowls of chilled herb soup, and she cradles his head on her lap, stroking the beard that is reddening with the sun. He tells her of his life. "I go home every week," he warns her, "and sometimes my work takes me away." Then he talks of broken dreams and many failures, of his sense of impending age. "It's your unhealthy life," she tells him, "your diet. It's all wrong. All that steak and wine and coffee, poisoning your system and addling your brain. You should eat more good food and lead a more natural life. You'll be dead by the time you're 50. She takes him climbing and for long walks, and afterwards they lie together in the late summer sun. "Yes," she muses as the sun beats down on his reddening sideburns, and she tickles under his chin with grass. "Yes, you would only be dead by the time you were 50 anyway." The next day he finds her curled up asleep in the garden, wearing a white dress splashed with brown and black and grey. "Let me make tea," he says, but he makes it too hot. She tips hers into the saucer to drink, feeling his eyes on her. "You worry too much," she laughs. "I've told you, be more relaxed." One of the cats shares the tea with her from the saucer. "Look at my lovelies. Not a care in the world." Later she serves him soup. "My own recipe," she smiles, her eyes glinting, but he cannot manage the spoon in the low dish. "It's good for you." She laps hers and licks her lips. "Full of cream." She cups her hand round the bowl and tips it up. "Drink it like this," she says, "from the bowl. That's how soup like this should be enjoyed." "Now you've made me get it all over me," he says, but he gurgles, quite happy, as he licks and wipes around her gingering whiskers. "Never mind," she says, stroking him. "Never mind, Kurt." Or is it Kit? The autumn leaves are blowing, and the cats rush round with the wind. There is the front door of her house, the wall, and the tall hedge of bushes. The cats know she's coming. She's been out, and it's as though they've been searching the world for her. And as her long black legs come into view, they bound and leap from all corners. Some crowd on the gate and wall, waiting, wailing and purring. A few stand stiffly by the door like sentry guards. She strides along silently on her little black feet, and her arms clutch many parcels, many things. Against the wind she has enclosed her hair inside a black furry cap, which buttons under her chin, and from it her little face smiles out as she sweeps through the gate, the cats milling and tumbling around her. "Wait, my darling," she said, unloading the shopping. "Be patient, Blackie, Sandy, Sooty." Then she serves them fish in low bowls and pours herself creamy milk. "I have a new admirer now," she tells them as they drink hungrily. "Mr. Thompson." "Tom? Or is it Tim?" "He's coming this evening. I have a lot to do." She's padding round the kitchen as she speaks, putting things away. She looks into a mirror, preening, fluffing up her hat-squashed hair and licking it into place. See her in the garden this evening now, framed by wind-blown trees and leaf-clothed floor. She lazes on the lawn, enjoying a snatch of evening sun and wearing a new clingy robe of velvet brown. She smiles at the cats asleep around her. Did he tire of her, or she of him? "My new friend will be here soon," she tells them. "But none of you need fear. I will never love anyone as I love you, for only you are the faithful, the true admirers." "A new friend," she tells them as the doorbell rings and she yawns and uncurls to answer it. They stand up and form a line, watching her, waiting, adoring. Look at them all around her. 11 cats, isn't it?